Hello, my name is Yansil and I'm CEO of Moaah. Moaah is a machine learning and DLT-powered solution to solve global regulatory compliance and data exchange problems in supply chain and maritime. For all companies in global chain and maritime, they're subject to regulations such as REACH and RoHS, which require registration and communication of chemical information from manufactured products. In shipping sector, data exchange are extremely time sensitive to accommodate the time pressured environment of movements of cargoes and trades. In the current situation of companies operating in these sectors, there is time lapse and disconnect between the company's ERP systems and third parties' inflow of new data. This is problematic because these lead to inaccuracy in forecast analytics and data leakage, as we rely on humans to be the intermediary of this essential data flow. With Moaah's new model of DLT data exchange, we form an ecosystem of communication of data between all stakeholders involved to make accurate data insights needed for companies' operations. As such, there is no more time lapse and no data leakage, where all data are accounted for and processed to maximize the accuracy and efficiencies of companies' day-to-day operation. Using our theories and backend technology, we have put our technology to use to solve real-life problems in the maritime supply chain sector. First, we introduced document management system for regulatory compliance with REACH and RoHS. Virtually all companies around the world are subject to either of the RoHS and REACH regulations, which require registration of chemical substances in all parts used, and also that it bans substances above certain threshold. There are a number of problems that cause companies difficulties to comply, such as long and complex tiers of supply chain and data leakage by smaller companies sandwiched between handling chemical parts between large suppliers and manufacturers. Moreover, only limited stakeholders have direct involvement to these regulations, which make it only difficult to oversee the compliance structure. To solve this problem, Moaah has created DLT and based DMS using permission nodes to create an on-chain ecosystem where all documents related to the compliance issues can be deposited and locked safely in a secure and encrypted environment. Unlike the traditional ERPs, our software can give access to external stakeholders with restrictions set forth by the client company to timely update and authenticate the inflow of regulatory documents. With our combined DLT and machine learning, we further allow automation and reduction of manual hours involved in processing of large volume of documents, which are broken down into three main components: digitalization, natural language processing, and search engine optimizations. Here is our snapshot of our DMS UI, which is highly intuitive and requires minimum training to use. Second, we have developed a DLT-based empty containers optimizer in exchange for maritime and shipping industries. The problem relating to empty containers is global in scale, where 1/3 of containers are moved empty globally and account for 20% of global port handling costs. This accounts for $16 billion a year spent on repositioning, with over 30% increase in fuel cost estimation by IMO 2020 regulation. There are multifactorial causes to this problem, which make it difficult for private companies to solve just with their internal data alone. Moaah has created a solution to this multi-billion-dollar problem using DLT for optimization and exchange of empty containers. Firstly, we create an algorithm to forecast supply and safety stock of each container using multiple variables as set out here. Then, with our calculations, we provide answers for decision makers to lease or return containers from the nearest ports at a specific time and location to minimize fuel costs. After formulating the accurate figure of supply and demand for empty containers, we then form DLT-based ecosystem where multiple stakeholders contribute up-to-date information to further enhance the accuracy of the forecast. As mentioned previously, because empty containers flow is heavily affected by not internal but external factors, this step is essential to maintain the accuracy of the forecast at all time high. Then, using our ecosystem, we create a multi-port visibility of empty containers flow, taking into account flow of full containers and discharging locations. Our solution then can be scaled for companies to form joint ventures and partnerships with other shipping companies to create the options available for optimization and increasing the reservoir of empty containers to reposition. We use smart contracts, which are the simplest way to transact assets, powered by codes to automate and authenticate the transaction processes. Here is our snapshot of our DLT MT container optimization and exchange. Now we would like to introduce the team behind Moaah. My name is Yunsel and I'm CEO of Moaah. I've graduated from LSE Law School and I've trained in one of the top 100 global law firms in Singapore.